Patrick was telling me earlier, or like a while ago, that there's a really, really big music scene in Lubbock.
Yeah.
Like huge.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I learned, the one thing that I learned in college was that, and it's really true, is that it can take a minimum of 5 years to get in your scene in your cities, like into the music scene in your cities, if you're consistent. So like we had gotten to that point. I'm in a band called The Walking Shred, and so we do a lot of like 90s grunge, 80s grunge, we do like No Doubt and stuff like that. And so I got into their band when I got actually into school, when I started School of Rock, and they had already kind of had a thing, but then we just kind of had like a regular thing, like constant, like every month we had something. If we didn't have something every month, we had something twice or 3 times a month. And it's just really just like kind of getting yourself in that like rotation. And so it's really hard to do that in Lubbock because there's so many musicians. Because there's like, to me, there's like different types of, we have the musicians who play like solely like around here and stuff like that. And then I have, you have people who, I have a couple of friends who actually ventured out and they did a lot of course, Texas country. And so I have a friend who's in a band called Flatland Cavalry, and they're booming right now. Like, playing at Grand Ole Opry, like they played at the Grand Ole Opry recently, and it's my friend John, which is a really funny story because John's dad dated my mom when they were younger. So when we met in college, it was like, brother, hi. So it's like small world, you know what I mean? And so we instantly became friends, and I'm friends with his wife, and they live out in Nashville now, but like they started off in Lubbock. I remember being at one of their beginner shows of like 25 people there. You know what I mean? And now they're like selling out Billy Bob's, and they're selling out arenas, and
that's wild.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, the one thing that if I can say I learned anything when I went to that singer-songwriter retreat was that the guy from Sony said, you can make music anywhere. It's how you expand yourself. It's how you promote yourself. He goes, we're in a decade right now where people are lazy. He goes, we don't have agents anymore going out and finding talent. Like, if you come in to Sony and you say, hey, I'm going to play these songs for you, here's my CD, and they're going to look you up on Facebook and on Instagram and TikTok and all the things, and if you don't have so many followers, they'll say, hey, these are great, but come back when you have more followers.
Damn.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Ow.
So it's just kind of one of those things where you can really make music anywhere. And so we're lucky enough that we live in a city that's so, you had Buddy Holly come out of here. So, you know what I mean? So we're lucky enough to have that name here, that if you said, oh, I'm from Lubbock, Texas, oh, Buddy Holly. Okay. So you immediately have your one connection, I guess you can say. And so that's all it's about, is about who you know, the connections you have, and getting yourself, if you want to play around town, it's just getting yourself in that rotation.